All right. A lot of issues there. We're live. It's Saturday, May 29th. Um, Let me know if you guys could hear me out there. I hope you can. Again, having some issues with going live lately. OBS issues, so decided to go live using my webcam through YouTube Studio, through YouTube itself. So give me a thumbs up if or something in the chat saying you can hear me. I want to know if you can hear me. And real quick, anyone that's out there, give me a thumbs up if you could hear me. I think you can, but we don't know. I hope so. Otherwise, it would be a waste. So please give me a thumbs up and let me know how I sound in or on the stream. And I think we are good, but you never know. Okay, so I decided to go through going through a YouTube Studio as opposed to OBS, which I've been having some issues. But let's get into our subject this Saturday on Let's Chat Live. First, let me introduce myself, Joe Saglimbeni, blue collar work. I've been investing in the stock market for over 3 decades. And today's subject is how to grow net worth. Specifically, how I've been growing my net worth, and how maybe I could give the people out there some ideas on the best practices or best ways to grow your own net worth. So I think we could start this chat by basically the first thing one should do to understand what net worth is it's basically assets minus liabilities. So in a simple form, an asset would be, let's say, a house minus liabilities, which would be the mortgage on the house. So let's say you have a $400,000 house and you have a $200,000 mortgage, then your net worth would be 200,000. 400,000 minus 200,000 is $200,000 net worth in that scenario. Of course, that's a simple way to look at it. There's many assets that you can have in your life, and they could be and by the way, guys, anyone who's on the stream, please let me know if you could hear me. Please let me know in the chat. I don't even think I see anything in the chat and why it's not happening, but please let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Okay, so a lot of things can be assets. It could be cars, paintings, collectibles like your comic books, jewelry, obviously your house, your bank account, your stock account, your crypto account. A lot of things can be assets. And the main goal to get wealthy is to increase or your assets increasing. Now, the first way you have to do this is, of course, get some kind of income so that you could either invest or buy a house or something, or even buy a painting or something. You want to invest in assets that grow. That's what will increase your net worth. You want to reduce those liabilities, but really, you want the assets to perform better than the liabilities. And that is the key. So here's what I mean. Let's say, for an example, you buy a house. You live in hot market like California. And let's say a decade ago, you bought a house for, I don't know, let's say it was $400,000, and you put a loan down there. You got a loan for it, and you put down money, and you got a loan, and your mortgage was $300,000. And over that decade, you've been paying down that mortgage. Now that mortgage is, let's say, 200,000 after all the paying off, paying it off every month. But the asset has gone up. The house has gone up from $400,000 to $600,000. That's the key. You want an asset that has the potential to grow. This is why I do like owning your own home, at least getting a home or some kind of home as one of your first assets. This type of asset, you don't even realize it grows. I mean, you're living in it, and you don't even realize it grows. So it's actually an automatic saving machine. As you pay that mortgage down, it ends up becoming a kind of a savings account that you keep increasing, because the actual value of the home continues to go up over the long period of time. So let's look at it this way. You get a job, you get a good job, any job, and you start saving in a checking or savings account. Well, that's an asset. Even though that asset may be losing due to inflation, and I'm not going to go into inflation, but to make it quick, if the cost of living out there to live is going up 3% and the bank is only going to pay you 1%, then you are losing to inflation. Okay, it's the simple way to look at inflation. Okay, so here we do. We go and put it in a savings account. Now, the goal is to get enough down payment for a house. Okay. You may have to work a long time to get a down payment for a house. Normal down payment on a 30-year fixed loan, without PMI, mortgage insurance, is about 20%, right? So let's give a scenario of a small single-family home in California for $400,000. You have to save 80 grand to put down on that house. Now, that's so you can avoid the PMI. But there are loans and banks and institutions that can give you 5% down money loans, 2% down mortgage type instruments. So maybe instead of 80 grand, it's 40 grand you got to get to just to get that asset, especially in a state like California, where over a decade it consistently grows the actual value of the house. So the key is, how do we get to that 40 or 80 grand? We work like hell. We save 10, 15, 20% of our income every year. And what we could do, we could put it in a Roth IRA type instrument. And then after about 5 years, we're able to use that Roth money tax-free to put down on our asset, our new home. Hopefully we could save 40 to 80 grand, or that account can grow to $40,000 or $80,000 by the time we buy a house. All right, now, a house may be too difficult to be the first asset you buy. And that's why I brought up savings account, Roth. And within this Roth account, we can buy stocks. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you know some of the greatest stocks. There are great stocks out there, and some of them you don't even realize how great they are and how consistent they are. But this is what you invest in. You can get 10 to 20%. Again, now, let me make a disclaimer. I'm glad I'm here. It got into my mind. I am not a financial professional. I don't even play one on YouTube. So please reach out to your financial pro before you invest in anything. This is just an opinion. I'm trying to give you my opinion about investments, assets, crypto, stocks, investing, savings. All an opinion. Please reach out to a professional when you start investing in the stock market or anything with your money. So always learn first and then pull the trigger and invest. So you can invest in these great companies like Nike and MasterCard and Starbucks and Johnson and Johnson and Apple and Microsoft. There's so many that you can invest in. And even if you don't want to invest in a company, you can invest in a mutual fund. And you continue the dollar cost average and build that asset. That will be part of your net worth. A mutual fund is an asset. It will be part of your net worth. So that's how I did it. Over the years, I started with mutual funds. And then I saved into, started investing into the stock market, which allowed me to put a down payment on my first property. And that started building my net worth. You would be amazed how big your net worth gets. It's like a snowball effect. And honestly, it's kind of amazing. And, I remember when I first bought my first property back in 96, when I bought it. And I was worth nothing, maybe $40,000. That's what, 96 to that. That's 25 years ago. Well, my net worth is much, much higher than that now. And that's because once you get into a habit of looking at your life as a asset machine, building assets, and you're an asset too. Even when you get another job, a second job, that's something to me that can help build your asset or your net worth better, faster, quicker. And that's how we do it. That's how I do it. That's how anyone should do it. But the thing is, you don't learn this stuff. I didn't learn this stuff in grammar school. I didn't learn this stuff even in high school. Forget college. Really, it's sort of like nobody wants to tell you. Or maybe they don't know how to grow their net worth or what a net worth is. Or the fact that where you live actually grows. And that's really what it comes down to. So that's some of the ways to grow your net worth. You can start a savings. You get a job, start a savings account, invest in stocks, try to get a down payment for a home, put a down payment for a home, mortgage your home, and now you build a bunch of assets, stocks, house. Maybe you get a little bit more aggressive and you go into cryptos or into commodities or paintings or collectibles. You could do stuff like that. All assets, really. They may fluctuate, but they're assets. And now you got to get those liabilities down, right? But the key is, it's not so much that you got to worry about the liabilities too much. When your assets start growing, the liabilities kind of become easy to manage. Sometimes when an asset grows so large, you can reborrow against it. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just an opinion. But you can leverage that asset, borrow against it to pay back high interest debt, which will be one of your liabilities, let's say. Or you could leverage that position to buy another asset with the potential of it appreciating. So many ways to look at this. And you will realize, by the way, guys out there, please let me know if you hear I know it's late in the stream by now, but let me know if you hear me at all. Please give me a comment on the chat. I don't see any chat here. I don't know if chat is shut off. I'm just going to take a quick look here. And doesn't look like it's off. Looks like it's on. Ah, there we go. Okay. We're good. Can you guys hear me? Hey, Rag Hive, can you hear me? If you're out there? Okay, well, somebody out there, let me know if you can hear me. So, here's the thing. These are the ways you can grow your net worth. And the key is you want to become wealthy. You don't want to be just some blue-collar worker who doesn't achieve anything. You want to achieve, and you want to increase that net worth year over year, decade over decade. And once you get to learning all this stuff, it becomes second nature to you. Second nature, like no problem. And, obviously that's where I'm at now. But again, I'm much older than maybe many of the people that even watch YouTube. You'll get there. You'll purchase, increase your assets, and you'll be amazed how much it can grow. The right asset. And of course, since I'm not a financial pro, I can't always just throw you the right assets. But stock investing, mutual fund investing, collectibles, homes, cryptocurrencies, so much stuff that you can invest in and grow and make an asset. All right, guys. So I think that will be enough today for my live stream today for Let's Chat Live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Today I decided to do it through YouTube, and even then I had issues. So hopefully it's going through. All right, guys. So please hit that like button because I need it. I gotta grow these subscribers. I gotta grow this algorithm. Share, comment, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next Saturday. And by the way, happy Memorial Day. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.